Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We're doing some more redesigns today, so let's jump right on in. Today's first redesign has been submitted to me by May on my server, who, funny enough, I have a little story about this. I actually showed them their redesign early, and that was because I politely asked them to pulley prank on my mods to go into my general channel and complain relentlessly about how they really want their character redesigned and how they won't even watch the video if I don't do it, and just to troll my mods. And I thought it was super funny, so I told them if they did that, I would show them their redesign early. And they did, so like, they even got kicked from the server for extra credit. So thank you, May, for helping me pull that off. But anyways, on to the redesign part. The character's name is Solar Power. Their pronouns are they, them. Their personality is calm and regal, and I was told to make them look funkier and smarter. And funkier and smarter I could make them. Like all of my redesigns, I started out with some rough sketching ideas. There were some concepts that I really liked about that design that I wanted to keep in, like the curved horn and the fluffy hooves, as well as the funky looking tail, although as you'll see in the process, we do go with a different tail. So instead of like a typical unicorn tail with like the long and then the little fur at the end, we went with a spiky tail, which is more alien, kind of funkier, like my OC, Code. I thought the hair could use a little bit more definition, so I just kind of went through and made it like kind of wavy, kind of reminiscent of that Princess Celestia, Princess Luna wave style that you typically see from My Little Pony OCs. And speaking of princesses, the black marking on the back of this character, like right around the flank area, I really liked that, but I wasn't sure if I just wanted it to be centralized to that area, so I decided to actually spread it around the body because I really liked the look of the kind of Milky Way galaxy vibes that were going on. I also added some spikes to the character's back and around the tail area, and even though the character is non-binary people don't owe you androgyny, so I ended up adding a little like goatee at the bottom, which I thought looked really cute, looked really androgynous, even though it was a little more of a masculine thing. Dude, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's been so long since I've done one of these. I'm just mumbling crap like I always do. I added some accessories to the character, like a small choker with little golden diamonds to match the spikes on the tail, as well as the golden hooves. As is custom for all of my pony redesigns, I did make them a new cutie mark, which is a little like planet with these little clouds swirling around it in kind of an artsy pattern. And I definitely think it made the character look funkier. Now, the only thing I really added that adds smarts to it would be the glasses, because of course I went with that stereotype. Glasses make any character look smarter. It's how I have glasses in real life, but keep my glasses off my Sona because I'm a dumb bitch, you know? I don't want to look smarter than I actually am. Those vibes, you know? I kept the fur around the joints curly and puffy, just like the chest, because I wanted it to be very cloud-like you could find this bitch in space. Like, that's truly what I wanted, and you know what? I think I did a good job of that. I made the eyes golden to match with the rest of the golden accents on the design, and I struggled for a while, actually, with the hair, because originally I wanted to keep it red and white, like the original design, but it just didn't look good no matter what I did, and I tested out a bunch of different color palettes and even changed the purple of the coat, and the colors were truly a challenge for me, but once I realized that I needed to step away from that red to take it in a more cohesive direction, I definitely found my stride and got that all put together and just added in some blonde bits into the hair to stand out from the rest so it wasn't just a solid, like, chunk of space hair. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about this one. I absolutely love the way it came out. I love that it looks kind of godly, kind of flowy and full of life. It's just got good vibes. And I know for a fact they like it just as much as I do. Thank you again, May, for helping me prank my admins. Next up, we have a submission from Derpy Loves on my Discord server. Link is in the description, by the way, so if you don't want to miss out on the next time I do this, go ahead and join us there. But anyways, the character's name is Glowstick, the pronouns are she/her, and they're a very loud but helpful kind of animatronic and very stubborn about their beliefs. I was told that I could adjust the colors and make her a little bit more feminine looking, but that she needed to stay an animatronic, which, fine with me. I love animatronics. I love working on animatronics. This one was actually super super easy for me because, like I said, I love working on animatronics. Since Glowstick is a mechanic who works on bumper cars, I thought she would be cute with a little like racer motif, like a little, like, you know, like the ladies who stand in front of the two racers and she waves the flag and she looks all pretty, like a drag race kind of thing. I wanted it to have those vibes. Oh yeah, another key thing I changed. I didn't know what species Glowstick was supposed to be. All I knew was that she was an animatronic. So I gave her a species. I gave her a little jumping mouse. Like, I think that's what they're called. I'll have to put up a picture on screen, but I based her off of this little jumping mouse thing because I thought it was super cute and I really loved the shape of the animal. So I gave her the big mouse ears and then the very delicate, but like slim and slender and like long legs. I just think it looks really good. I really liked the screen face, but I wanted to even it out by putting X's on both sides instead of just on one side. And as for making the animatronic look more feminine, all I really did was like add some curves and to like the areas you'd expect to have more curves. Like I made the chest plate a little more rounded to imply a bust of some sort, and then I made the top half of her legs connecting with the ball joint at the knee. I made those a little thicker as well, just to kind of give that more hourglass figure. I changed the color palette from purple and orange to red and yellow, and colored her like she was wearing a like sexy red tracksuit with yellow little shoulder pads. I think it's very retro, very cute. I gave her a little checkered flag as a little accessory that she can wave around and she uses to like clean little bits off the bumper cars or whatever. I don't know, I just love her so much. Another thing I did was that I went more mangle with this than I probably should have. Well, I like it. And by mangle, I mean it's very loopy. So I want it known that the arms can stretch out as long as they want to because they're all just, I guess, tubing. I don't know how animatronics are built, but like the neck and the tail and the arms are all extendable as far as she needs them to go. And then I made the ends of her arms like fluffy little appendages with little flexible fingers in there too. I just think she's super sweet and she's super cute, and she's got a little plug-in on her tail so that when she runs out of energy she could just plug herself into the wall and recharge, and oh, I love her so much. Next up we have a submission from Nyx. Their character's name is Raphael, I think. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce the name, so Raphael it is. Their pronouns are they, it, and per, and they have a loyal, flexible personality. They kind of just go with whatever fits their motives, and they got bad memory, and they like multitasking, so that's all you really need to know about this character. I was told to keep the name, which I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and the warmish color palette. I was also told that this character was supposed to be used as a Sonic OC, and I cannot resist redesigning Sonic OCs. I love drawing in the Sonic style, and even though my Sonic style isn't perfect, I love it. I love it so much, so I had to do this one. Ultimately, I didn't change a ton about the design. I really liked the color palette we were working with already, and the markings were pretty good. I just needed to shuffle it around so it looked a little bit more like a Sonic OC, and it looked more cohesive with what I was going with. So we kept the moon and star motif that was going on in the fur pattern and made sure that was present throughout the entire design. My favorite part is the little moon on their forehead. I fit it right underneath their bang that's covering one of their eyes, and I think it's super cute. This design was giving me very, like, astral, like, ethereal vibes, I think is the word I'm looking for. Kind of like angel aesthetic-ish. So I gave them a little halo, a little like golden halo accessory that has little stars in it. I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if it makes much sense. And God, speaking of not making sense, do not talk to me about this outfit, okay? I tried my best, okay? I really liked the idea of doing cloud, like, little shoulder pads, but it was a good idea, but I had trouble executing it, okay? I ended up turning it into just a basic shirt with a little moon crest on it, and then the clouds as the shoulder pads, and I was originally going to give this character no pants, and it was just going to be, you know, their fur tone, but that looked really weird with the shirt, so I ended up throwing some brown plaid pants on them. And then the shoes I actually am pretty proud of. they're little paw sneakers, so you can see the like tips of the little peats at the top, and then towards the back it's got that like golden wing, kind of like the angel motif that I was talking about. And then they're bright red shoes with the white socks, and then I did the white gloves with red cuffs that match the shirt. And then to tie the red into the design a little bit more, I did add some small streaks to the hair on the head. So like the little bang has some red streaks and the little back hair has some red streaks, and I just think it's super cute. It's not my best work, I'll tell you that for sure, but I like the way it looks, and I think it looks like it would fit into the Sonic universe, so I win. And hey, look at that! I wonder who that OC belongs to. Well, as is tradition, I always do one of my OCs, and everyone, I'd like you to meet Douglas, or Duck, or Ducky, or Doug, you know. He's a man of many names, but he goes by Douglas or Ducky, mainly. He's a summer, fun time, hella hot guy who's gonna make you real confused about your sexual orientation. That's his main goal. He is that bitch, TM. Now, I don't know if I can say what I'm gonna try to say, because I don't want to get canceled. Whatever, I'm trans, I can say it. He's a femboy. On purpose, like, on purpose. He's very fruity, literally and metaphorically. And you know what? I love him very much. I designed Douglas, like, forever ago. He was originally gonna be an adopt, but then I was like, no, I think I'm gonna keep this. And I never used him. I designed him, I really loved him. I think I posted him like one place once, and then never used him again. And I found him again recently in my OC folder, and I'm like, god damn, I love Douglas. I'm gonna bring that bitch back, give that bitch a makeover. So here we are. Ultimately, I didn't change too much about the design. The hair stayed mostly the same, and the body color stayed mostly the same. But what I did add what I changed rather was I changed the horns on the head to be pearl. So the character has a bunch of little pearl accessories and kind of like seaweed accessories that are like neon orange, yellow, red, and they're for contrast, okay? They look cool and they're gay little accessories, okay? I don't need to explain it to you, but I wanted the pearl motif to kind of match with his beach theme. So he's got little pearl hoovesies, and he's got pearl horns, and then I believe he's also wearing a pearl choker, and then like I said, there's little pearls all in his hair and with his accessories. And then of course, I cannot forget to talk about his duck. His the whole reason he's got the nickname Ducky. He's got a little inflatable duck at the base of his tail as like a big accessory piece. It's just a stupid little inflatable duck. I don't know, I like it. I don't know, making me feel stupid for gushing about my OCs. I introduced some darker browns into the design just because I wanted to split up the fully tan look a little bit more, because I think the original design was very flat and I just wanted to give it a little bit more dimension. So I added little basically socks and gloves on the back feet and the front feet, as well as that color in the fur of the ears. I gave him a twinsicle, like twin popsicle cutie mark because of his duality, because he's a femboy. Because it's like the duality of man. He looks like a woman, but he has a penis, which I can say that word because I'm gonna claim it's educational. No one snitch. But I love him. And one more thing while I'm gushing about him, I love his eyes. Recently I've been loving doing multicolored eyes in like fun ways, and I have no idea what to call this actual eye color, but it's what I presume hazel eyes to be, where it's like brown and blue and green. So it's just that brown blue combo that looks really like gorgeous, really pops on the design, and I just love him. He's so great. And that's enough talking about my OC. And now, welcome to the stage, Amira! Submitted to me by Moth on my Discord server. Her pronouns are she/her, and she's an extrovert who loves to meet other people. She's really outgoing and spends most of her time partying, but she will always find time to help those who need it. I was told to keep her golden wings and her 2 colored eyes, which I technically did. I know we said 2 colored eyes, and I did 2 different colored eyes, but I didn't keep the black, like, it's called sclera, right? I didn't keep the black because it looked too edgy. So the extra info about this character is that Amira is a fake god. She used her powers to convince others that she's a real god, and she's gained quite the following. She uses her powers to help others, but also to gain free stuff. And you know what that reminded me of? Pirates. That reeked of pirate to me. So I made you a pirate. I'm sorry. Like, something about it just really stuck with me. And I was like, okay, so this is kind of a smug character who loves people, loves to party, helping others, but also not afraid to take advantage of other people and plunder and loot. That's kind of the vibes I was getting from this character. And other than that, I changed like a lot. I stuck with a more masculine outfit on her, like the original reference, but went a little bit more flashy because it's pirate shit. I've got her in a corset, tight jeans, nice heeled boots, a kind of undercoat with a little white cut, or a little, not undercoat, an undershirt with a cutout on the chest and big white puffy sleeves, a little sideways belt, and then of course, I mean, what pirate is a good pirate without a pirate hat? Come on now. So I gave her a pirate hat with these two large feathers that are in the same accent colors as the rest of the outfit. So gold and green is the other color I went with. Those are also conveniently the colors of the eyes, gold and green. I made the skin tone a lot darker because I wanted to keep the hair light, and I thought the contrast of like a almost strawberry blonde, but it's not quite pink enough, like a blonde with that deeper skin tone. I thought that looked really good, like contrast wise. I also added these little brown ears, which the original character did have ears, but they kind of just looked like basic cat ears. So I asked my friends for some interesting shaped ears, and what I got back was American curl cats, caracals, and Marwari horses. Marwari. I'll put a picture up on screen of both, and I just kind of made them curve up and together a little bit, and I made them fluffy and cute and with little tufts at the top, and I just think they're so cute. They're little babies. I also went ahead and gave her a nose piercing because I just thought she'd look fabulous with it, and goddamn was I right. Added in a nice pop of lip color. Originally I wanted to go for something a little brighter, but I thought the darker lipstick looked good. And then, I mean, yeah, that's kind of really all I did. I really enjoyed working on this design, and I loved changing it up in such a dramatic way, and I hope that the owner loves this as much as I do. I'm so sorry if I went too far with this redesign. Our next submission was actually sent in by one of my best friends, Trot, for one of her friends at school, Mauve. Hi, Mauve, because I know you're listening to this because Trot definitely sent it to you. Hi. This was a whole fight. This was an uphill battle. So let me first start with this. The character's name is Smite, pronouns he, they, and they wanted the hooves on the design changed to foot paws, and that I was able to touch literally anything else. And we fought in DMs about this because I did not want to give up those hooves. Okay, I took one look at this character and I was like, paws are such a bad call. And like, first of all, this is a centaur, right? But it's not half human, half horse. It's a furry tar. Like it's got one animal on top and then it's got another animal on bottom. And it's shaped like a centaur. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can see it on screen. But like, I needed those hooves to stay. So after much debate and much back and forth, I was finally able to sell them on the hooves. So let's go. W in chat, boys. Other than that, I gathered some more information behind the scenes because from what I got originally, I had no information. Jesus Christ. But we kind of, I heard the words cow and I heard the words soft blues, and I was like, yes. So I made a soft blue Highland cow fluffy motherfucker with gorgeous ass everything. And I gave them top surgery scars because I love them. And I did a lot of projecting with this OC, if you couldn't tell. I knew a lot of the heavy lifting on this redesign was actually going to be in the color palette because the original color palette was just black and white and that's it. So when I got to work with blues, I kind of wanted to, I originally didn't want to keep it like monochromatic, like all in the blue family, but it ended up looking really good with the different shades of blue I used. I wanted to go with cow patterning on the legs and the body, but I actually couldn't make it look good, so I ended up just kind of doodling on the legs and making these little ghosty shapes, like little ghosty spirity bitches, and they look so cute and so playful, and I really love the way they came out. And I ran it by my friend Trot. I'm like, do you think Mauve will like this? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, perfect, amazing, incredible. So Mauve, I do hope you like this, and I hope I did your gamer cowboy justice, okay? I hope you like it just as much as I do. Our next submission comes from Evie VA with their character, Ribbon Cloud. Now, I have had my eye on Ribbon Cloud for like ever, okay? I've seen that OC pop up a ton, and first of all, just want to take this opportunity. Red Symphony, your OC Red Symphony, delicious, great work. I don't see a ton to adjust there, and honestly, that's why I picked Ribbon Cloud over Red Symphony, because Red Symphony, good, okay? Good. Ribbon Cloud, on the other hand, though, was a bit hard to look at, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean it in the colors were super clashing, and it was difficult. Like, it was difficult to redesign. It just wasn't very well put together, in my opinion. So I definitely wanted to tackle this. So Ribbon Cloud, pronouns she, her. She is a very adventurous pony who loves to fly around Cloudsdale and Ponyville. Ribbon is one of the more advanced flyers in the Wonderbolts Academy and hoping to be a commander one day. So I just kind of designed based on the profile. I mean, for someone who is adventurous and loves to fly and is in the Wonderbolts Academy, first of all, if you're in the Wonderbolts Academy, you have a Wonderbolts tattoo somewhere on you. I don't know how to tell you that, but you just do. So I gave her a Wonderbolts tattoo on her upper arm. Little desaturated to match with the fur tone we ended up going with, because that's the other thing. I changed a lot about this design too. I kept the fact, obviously, that she was a Pegasus, but I added a lot of other details on it. I added a nose piercing there. I added little earrings in. I added a spiked collar. I made the character more edgy, but not in a bad way, not in like a, oh, I'm darkness. We'll get to that character later, trust me. But I did make them a little more butch lesbian. There's the word I was looking for. Butch lesbian. Abso-fucking-lutely. I gave them shorter, curly, kind of messy, windswept hair. And because of how dark I made the body with the different tones of purple, kind of like a tempest purple, I was able to go super bright with the hair. So we were actually able to keep that like cyan hair, but I added some like hot pink to go with it because I thought that contrasted really well with the cyan and also made the whole design pop. And with that, with those colors, I also incorporated them into the cutie mark, which I'm not saying my cutie mark design is like the most original thing on planet Earth. What I'm saying is that it's a damn good one, okay? Because the character's name is Ribbon Cloud, so I did a little cloud ribbon and a little cloud, the lightning bolt. I just love the cutie mark so much. I love the way it came out, genuinely. And then, like I was saying, I also incorporated the pink and the blue into the eyes. I noticed that on the reference for Ribbon Cloud, she had like one eye kind of empty and the other eye filled in. So I interpreted that as two different colored eyes, but also with two different states. So like the pink eye has a darker pupil and she can see perfectly well out of that. And the blue/cyan eye has a white pupil and is a little harder to see out of. Just thought that was a neat touch. She doesn't tell anyone that she can't see out of it very well, because then her flying skills would be called into question and whether or not she could actually be a Wonderbolt, and she doesn't want that, so we're just gonna ignore that for now. But yeah, I mean, I just made it, like, I just feel like I modernized it. I don't know how to describe it. I really love the way it came out, though, and I hope that you are just as happy with the final result as I am. Now, I know these last few redesigns have been grand departures away from what the original design was, but none so much as I think this one is. Like, genuinely, I think I might have So I think this design is really clever because I actually like did research and put a lot of thought into it, but I don't know if the owner of this character is going to appreciate it. So let's just start with the submission. This OC was submitted to me by Stinker on my server. This character does not have a name, and their pronouns are they, them. They wanted their personality to go from airheaded and ditzy to edgy and talkative. And the one thing about them that basically designed this whole character was that they are a sea angel. Now, if you guys don't know what a sea angel is, because I didn't know what a sea angel was, they're these little, like, blue and red creatures, which now that I'm saying that, you probably know exactly where this design is going, that are just, they're just little guys in the ocean, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted the character design to reflect more as a sea angel, because I think one super fun thing about Splatoon OCs is that they can be other species. Like, Splatoon OCs do not have to be inklings or octolings, they can also be, you know, sea urchins and tons of other incredibly creative things. So I wanted to really focus in on the sea angel thing rather than the fact that it's a Splatoon OC, so therefore, no, I just wanted to focus in on the cute little sea angel. So there are a lot of design choices that I made that I'd just like to go over real quick because they're all super important. So sea angels are a little bit translucent, so I knew I wanted this character to have some kind of translucent clothing on them that was just a little bit see-through, which is why I did the kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's not like a wrap. It's kind of like a little, it's not a shawl either. It's just a little invisible, not invisible, oh my god. It's a little translucent top that's yellow and orange, kind of like the core of a sea angel's body. And then the top is like blood orange, and then the shoes are specifically the red, god, what are they called? The red high tops? Red high horses. They're called red high horses. And the reason why I gave them red high horses is because at the bottom of sea angels, they have this little red bit at the bottom. So I figured I'd just color code it to like, I'm really smart, okay? It's just I'm not expressing myself well. So there's red shoes because there's red at the bottom of them, and then I made the hair blue because that's kind of the main color of the sea angels, even though they're mostly translucent. They look blue, so I did red eyes to represent the little red in the head, and the blue gloves and the shorts. I am telling you, I cannot explain this, but with the details I have given you, you can piece it together, and I am fucking brilliant, and you know it, okay? Like I said, I am worried that this design departed just a little bit too much from what it was originally, but I really like how it came out. I thought it was super creative, and I think it's super original for a Splatoon OC, and I think you should keep it. But in all seriousness, you don't have to. Next up, we have a submission from my good friend Honey with their character Silvio. At least that's how I think you pronounce that. Silvio's pronouns are they, them, and they're stubborn but very loyal, and while they enjoy talking, they don't like to talk to new people. And here's the thing about Silvio, another Sonic character, and goddamn, I told myself I was only gonna do one, but I am so weak, so I had to do both Sonic submissions that came in. Do not get any ideas. If you are listening right now and think, I am going to trick Ren into doing my redesign by making my character a Sonic character, do not do it, because I'm watching my ass now and I will not be doing any more than one next time, so don't test me, okay? So yeah, this little guy is a Sonic character. I was told that I could change basically anything, as long as the character ended up with like a cyberpunk-ish clothing style and heels, and I needed to keep the wing motif if there weren't actual wings, and I kind of went in a separate direction, so I looked into it a little bit, and there are actually birds in the Sonic universe. They're not super common, and I'm not even sure if they're canon or if I was just looking at OCs on Google, but there are birds, and I'll show them on screen now. And I really liked the subtle shape differences in the shape language of the characters, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make this bitch a bird. like, we're gonna just make the wing motif a thing. So I gave the character little wing ears and a little feathery tail. There are no wings, but the hands are like feathery hands, so they're kind of like wings. And yeah, so bird motherfucker now. I tried to make them as sassy and androgynous as I possibly could. I think I fucking nailed it. I ended up giving them a lot of piercings and a lot of additional things. I made them very like alt fashioned. They have like 4 different piercings, and then like a piercing on their beak and a piercing on their little eyebrow. And then for the outfit, I really genuinely didn't know what to do, because cyberpunk as a clothing style is, there are problems with it, okay? Because I love the cyberpunk clothing style, but it is, some people consider that the cyberpunk clothing style to be black with pops of neon, and some people consider it to be bright neons, and it's just very blah, blah, blah. And I'm not very good at that. I try to be, but I'm not the best at it. So for the outfit, I really just winged it. I put some big clunky heeled boots on the character because I thought that really fit the character. Slim black jeans with little straps all over, including a little hanging strap that's colored in the neon colors. A long jacket that's just kind of lightly detailed with the pink and purple neons, as well as a triangle pattern to make it look like a little more of a futuristic texture. And then a cropped black top with a, I don't know how to describe it, just a lining pattern on it, like how you would expect to see, like, you guys know the pattern, you know when you see it. I also gave this character a cute little small star choker, and that was about it. I kept the colors, like the main colors of the character, green, because as much as the other colors were like turquoise and orange, I was really feeling more of a green character, and I think the greens I used and actually ended up looking really good. And I love the detailing I did on the tips of the fingers and the tail, as well as the little stripes in the hair up above, the hair / feathers, and then the wings on the side of the head. And yeah, I love this little fucker, and they're very cool. And they also have the brown blue eyes that I was talking about earlier, because I fucking love that. And the last submission we have for today was submitted to me by The Chair. The character's name is Neo Shadow, which they totally didn't just come up with on the spot, and his pronouns are he/him. He is an overconfident, angry emo, and I was told to go as wild as I wanted. And my favorite fact, literally the thing that got me to design this character, was that he cannot read. Okay? Something about that was so fucking funny to me that I had to do this character, okay? I just had to. Plus, I had to fill my edgy character quota, and I just thought this one would be a fun one to do, so here we are. Meet Neo Knit, the newly renamed pony who loves arts and crafts and being all special, and I gave them an eye bleeding cutie mark because, get it? Because they're like neon color, and those are eye bleeding colors. And shut up, I think I'm smart, okay? I didn't know how much I could actually change the design without it looking completely different, so I actually stuck with a lot of the same like colors and stuff. We went with a black base with darker markings and lighter markings around the character, little freckles, little lines around the face to kind of mark facial hair, and then the wings are a base coat of black, and then I made the individual sections of the wings the red, orange, and yellow that are in his eyes, and as well as his little necklace piece, because I really wanted it to, like, all of the other colors were just to pop off the blacks. So like the hair color is black, but I did a green, blue, and purple kind of soft gradient into the black with little sparkle bits in there as the hair color, because I thought that was really unique, because I wanted to fit the whole kind of rainbow of colors into the design, and I think I did a pretty good job of that. Just to go over a few quick things that I wanted to mention. So they have little eye bags because he don't sleep enough, and he's got these braces because he got carpal tunnel because he does arts and crafts, and his little wrists like lock up, and he's just a little baby, so he's got to wear his braces. And I kept the little spiked anklet on the character, but I made it pink and yellow, as well as the 2 bands on the other leg, and the earring with a little lightning bolt, and it's just so precious, and the upside down cross necklace, and he's just a precious little baby, a little eye bleeder. And I like to think that, like, he's the kind of pony who, like, goes to visit his grandma on the weekends in the retirement home and, like, knit with her. And I fucking adore that, okay? This character design popped off, and I'm so unironically happy that I drew it in, like, as a joke. I'm so glad I picked it because, oh, he can't read, ahaha. So I made him a creative who can't read or whatever. You can keep that part if you'd like. But yeah, I just, edgy kind of design, making it look less edgy and more fun and spunky, and yeah. So that is going to wrap us up for today. Those are all of the redesigns I did, all 10 of them. No, there was not an 11th. Shut the fuck up. Josh will be getting his own video. I am so sorry for any of you Josh stans out there. I panicked last second. I couldn't pull through. I couldn't get him in this video, but that is coming. I promise it's coming. A big Patreon shout out to Starling Studio, Styx, and Spazzy. Thank you all so much for supporting me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!